Welcome to Dali Talk. This is Dali. How's everybody doing today? All right. We have day 2, part 2 of the Stefan Angelle murder trial. Apparently, it's starting to get pretty good. So, hey, Louise. Today's going to be very interesting. We'll finally find out the why, who, why not. Let's see. During Dr. William McClon's testimony, the right side of Rubin's chest by his armpit could have been shot from a short range. The gunshot wound to the left shoulder was just grazed. Interesting. Hey, Erica. Hey, Paul. Hi, Franz is here. So I found out today the trial wrapped up. We aren't going to get to the ending yet, but I'm hoping we will this weekend. I do have it on good authority after the verdict. It appears that the posse that got together decided to rekindle, to experience the festivities one last time outside the court hallway. The defendant's brother and I believe the victim's two sons, got into some fisticuffs. So when we get to the verdict this weekend, there was an exchange of fists. So we'll play the judge's reaction to that. I'm making a couple inquiries to see if I can get the court video in the hallway, see if there's any security camera of it, because I think that'd be really funny to watch. Okay, yeah, it was Nicholas's boys. There was video of it. Very good. Okay, I asked a friend of mine who he thought I should contact, MLS, and waiting for him to get back to me, because normally I just either contact the police department to get the records or the prosecutor's office to get it. But because it was at the actual courthouse, it's a little bit different, I think. But I'll see what I can find and call the courthouse with the coordinator. It's a good idea. Let me write that down. She can at least point me in the right direction. But anyways, we are going to start now with, if you want the phone number, please let me know. Yeah, if you could DM me when you get a moment. I'm not going to, I'll call Monday. So no rush, but yeah, I'd like that. Might help me track it down. So we're going to start with this witness. Amanda Gilmer, forensic, supplemental.
My name is Amanda Gilmer.
And what do you do for a living?
I am a section supervisor in the biology and DNA section of the Texas Department of Public Safety Crime Lab in Houston.
Section supervisor?
Yes.
When did you become the section supervisor?
About a year and a half ago.
And how long have you worked for the department?
Over 9 years.
Has it been in that capacity through that time frame? In the biology DNA lab, or did you have other jobs?
Been in the biology and DNA section since I started with CPS.
Right. So Ms. Petnaik has already testified. She talked a little about what it takes to get her job. What training have you done to get to where you're at, Mike?
I had on-the-job training. There's a thorough training program for each portion of the biology and DNA discipline. So I had required readings to do. I watched other professionals in the lab as they analyzed evidence from different types of cases, different types of evidence. I had to complete practice samples as well as practice cases as well with the assistance or mentoring of my trainer. I had to take written and oral exams.
And can I just say, buddy, Stefan, I'm on your side here, but man, you're really mean mugging her. That can't look good for the jury.
Participate in a mock court as well. And then I had to do some supervised casework where I had a mentor watching over my shoulder and then partially watching over my shoulder and or at least checking all of my work before the case went into review, before I was able to work on the cases myself.
Right. You gave several good things I want to highlight out of them. Number one, in doing that training, do you also maintain certifications with updated seminars, those kind of things?
We do participate in continuing education on an annual basis.
Thank you for correcting my wording. Forgot the other one. All right, I'll come back to it. What's your education?
I have a Bachelor of Science degree in both biochemistry and applied forensic science from Mercyhurst University in Erie, Pennsylvania. And I have a Master of Science degree in biology from West Virginia University.
Okay. Were you working for the department back in 2022?
Yes.
In what capacity?
I was a forensic scientist at the time.
I remember the other thing. Whenever y'all do your work, as far as whatever it is, does somebody else review your work? Kind of a peer review?
Yes, there are 2 reviews that are performed by 2 different analysts before reports are released to the submitting agency and the customer.
All right, so like what you're here to testify to, and in any case, not only do you do your work, but somebody kind of checks your paperwork, so to speak.
Yes.
Did that happen on this case you're about to testify to?
Yes.
You did a recent report, very recent report, updating this change. Tell the jury why.
In November of 2023, DPS started using a verbal scale or a verbal qualifier to add to our reports to give a little bit of weight or explanation to the statistic that is reported on our DNA reports. And so the reports that I generated on Friday just reflected this change with some updated wording. None of the results changed, just essentially a couple words, and I believe like the last sentence of the reporting statement.
So when you give a response about DNA findings, do you use what's called a likelihood ratio?
Yes.
That language hasn't changed, right?
Correct.
But the verbal support attached to it has been modified since the initial report in 2022 and how you word things today.
Yes, in 2022, we were not using those verbal qualifiers. And then after late 2023, we began using those.
And that's good. That's got to let our groundwork. Now let's back up. I didn't ask the last witness. You get to be our professor, okay?
Okay.
I want to start out with square one. What is DNA?
DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid, and it is the genetic material that is found in the majority of our cells within our body, and it tells our body how to look and function. We get half of that information from our mother and half of it from our father. Approximately 99.9% of your DNA is the same as your neighbor's, but about 0.1% is what makes you unique. And for forensic purposes, that is the area that we are going to focus in, looking at specific locations within that 0.1%.
I think about it this way, and if I'm wrong, you correct me. But that 99% that's the same makes us all human. It's that 1% that makes us unique.
Yes.
Okay. Is it possible for anybody to have the same DNA?
Identical twins will have the same DNA.
Absent that, is there any other possibility?
No.
How often do you see that in your field?
see identical twins or?
Yeah.
I don't recall a time I have personally seen a case with identical twins, but I think a few of my colleagues have.
So it can happen, but it's very rare.
Yes.
Okay. So let's go to what you do in your job when you are the DNA analyst on this, correct?
On this case, yes.
Tell the jury what takes place to where you do that analyzing, whatever word we're going to use there for that.
So after SICTA performs her analysis, there is some lab work that is completed. And then after that lab work is completed is when I become associated with the case. I get all of the DNA data that was generated, any DNA profiles obtained from items of evidence from the crime scene, or any known reference samples from individuals. I interpret those profiles and make comparisons, and then apply statistics to those comparisons.
Did you do that on this case?
Yes.
May I approach you?
Yes.
All right. So I believe we've gotten these items into evidence. I believe this is what you dealt with. Let's make sure. You didn't actually physically handle items, but is that right?
Correct. I have not seen that evidence for analysis myself.
So how do we know that what you're going to talk about matches up to this? How do we know that?
I recognize the white barcode sticker that has a HOU number on it. That HOU number is the specific case number that is associated with any item related to this case, whether it be document, item of evidence. I also see and recognize SICTA's initials, as well as the green evidence tape that has our DPS Crime Lab Houston label on it as well.
Right. So according to SICTA's testimony, she processed all of these items and these two items from states 56. They would be the left hand and right hand clippings. These other items that I've motioned out are states 52, 53, 54, and 55. So a total of, looks like 6 different items. Can you affirm that you received 6 different items that were prepared for analysis?
May I refer to my case file?
Please.
I had 6 items of evidence and then 1 known reference sample.
I'm looking at your report. You also dealt with, did you deal with a swab of a big stain from the carpet cutting out of the Toyota Camry
Yes.
that was marked item 52?
Yes.
Not the tape lift that would have gone on to trace. Is that correct?
Based on that HOU label that I referred to earlier, the item number that is generated by our computer system does match or is in relation to the item number that is on my report.
All right, so we had 6 items and 1 known sample. What's the known sample?
The known sample was buccal swabs from Stefan, Rayon, and Angelle. Angelle, excuse me.
I've been saying Stefan or Stephen, but is that the person you're talking about?
Yes, that is who the known reference sample is from.
Bucket swab. 30 states 53. It's labeled as his buccal swab. Do you see that?
From a PAPD barcode, yes, it is labeled buccal swab from Stefan Angelle.
So if that's our known sample, what happens with a known sample?
A known sample is used for comparison to any evidence or any DNA profiles obtained from the evidence from a potential crime scene.
And that was your item in your report, turns out to be a number. Go ahead and say it.
02-04-88. Is that the number you're referring to?
Yes, ma'am. And y'all do that with, you have a numbering system that you use in each of the reports like that, correct?
Yes, it is from our computer system that tracks essentially the inventory of all the items that are associated with the case.
So you take a known sample, and as it's put, this would be state 53. It's been processed by SIPCA, comes to you, and you use this for comparison purposes for a DNA profile.
So I did not perform the lab work on that, but the data from the lab work I received, yes.
Right, so the in between SIPCA and you is what?
There's several laboratory protocols that help generate that DNA profile that I received.
So when she does her prep work, it goes into a machine that does what?
Would you like me to explain the whole
I
process?
need to understand it because you're basically telling them what comes from this machine, right?
So there's several machines that could be used along the process. Samples will be taken through a similar laboratory process, no matter what the sample type is. So first, it is going to be extracted. That is where the small tube with a small portion of the evidence is going to have heat and chemicals applied so that the cells can be broken up and the DNA can be released and then cleaned and taken on to the next step. The next step is going to be quantitation, which is going to measure how much DNA is in the sample, if there is any. After this step is amplification, where we make millions of copies of the DNA. And then after that, it is detection, where we put it on an instrument that will separate the DNA and help us generate that DNA profile.
So when we have a known sample like State's Exhibit 53, do you do that multiplication deal to determine if it's there or not? Or is it, as you said, a known sample?
That is a process that will be applied to the known samples.
Okay.
And it can be applied to question samples as well.
And when we take that known sample, is that what you're comparing to the other items that you have to see if it matches?
To see if there's similarities in the DNA data, yes.
So what you described is what happened at the lab with State's 53.
Yes.
All right. So these touch DNA swabs, which you already know is 52, 54, 55, that we swabbed the car, a little diagram up there of the steering wheel and the column and the gear shift. Well, that was swabbed. Sitka said that she's prepped this and sent it on. What happens to this?
That same laboratory process will happen for these samples. And then again, at the end, I will receive the DNA data and the DNA profiles from each item.
What about these? These are the right-hand clippings and the left-hand clippings that came from State 56. Are they treated any differently from what we just talked about?
On my report, I had that a swab was collected from each of those, and I had a DNA profile obtained from each of those. Those samples would have gone through the same process as I had explained.
Since these purport to come from Jacoby Rubin, by doing that, were you able to obtain a DNA profile of Jacoby Rubin?
Those samples were submitted as a question or an evidence sample, not a reference sample. I never received a reference sample from that individual.
Okay. So what was the purpose for the testing then?
Typically, our lab will receive fingernail clippings or swabbings of fingernails to see if there's any foreign DNA on that item.
But again, those two as well, the others that we've gone through, that's something that you're here to report some numbers on, correct?
I do have a DNA report to reflect those items.
All right, so we're going to go, so I'm not hopping around all over the place. Let's go through your report. What was your finding on the swabs of the big stain? I'm reading. Swabs of the big stain and bleed through from carpet cutting. That would be this item, the majority of it stains with DNA. What did you find as far as DNA evidence was concerned?
So I'm going to read my reporting statement from my newest report. It's going to say previously obtained, but that's just because I have a previous report recording these same findings, again, just with that different wording. And then I will explain, I can explain the reporting statement after I read it all.
Yes, sir.
So the previously obtained DNA profile is interpreted as a mixture of two individuals. The probability of obtaining this mixture profile, if the DNA came from Stefan Angelle and one unrelated unknown individual, is 42.5 octillion times greater than the probability of obtaining this profile if the DNA came from two unrelated unknown individuals. This likelihood ratio indicates very strong support for the proposition that Stefan Angelle is a contributor to the profile.
All right. I already asked this question of Ms. Pitt, and y'all don't like to say that it's definitively one thing or another in this field, do you?
No, we do not.
Is that part of the reason why we've had a change in the wording as far as verbal is concerned?
It was a recommendation by a scientific working group that influences our accreditation standards. And so we are just trying to make sure we are in line with those accreditation standards and those recommendations.
Right. So in this case, we're saying there's a very strong support, is the wording, that it was Stefan Angelle as a contributor to the profile.
Yeah, based off the likelihood ratio number.
And your numbers, let's explain that to the jury. You said the probability of obtaining this mixture of profile in the DNA came from Angelle and one unrelated individual. I'm gonna stop there. Is it clear that there's two potential DNAs?
I interpreted this profile as a mixture of two individuals.
So at least two, right?
Yes, I interpreted it as a mixture of two.
I'm gonna go one step further. If there had been a third, you would have worded this differently, right?
I would have stated three individuals.
All right, so we're dealing with a mixture of two. I'm gonna stick with your wording because y'all hate it when I go outside the wording. Mixture of two.
Yes.
The number You described it to me as like a fraction.
So I have not explained likelihood ratio, but I can.
Go for it.
Okay, a likelihood ratio is the statistic that I just reported. It is a mathematical calculation that will compare two competing scenarios to determine which one is more likely. So if the number is greater, if that final calculation is greater than 1, it will favor the scenario that is on the top because this is in a fraction format. And then if the number is below 1, it will favor the scenario that is in the bottom of that fraction. So the first part or the second sentence of my reporting statement, where it states the probability of obtaining this profile if the DNA came from Stefan and Angelle and one unrelated unknown individual, is one scenario that is on the top. Comparing that to the probability of obtaining the profile if the DNA came from two unrelated unknown individuals, which would be the second or the bottom scenario that it's compared to. And that final calculation was 42.5 octillion, which will favor the top scenario. And that is where we get the final sentence. In addition, with the verbal qualifier that I talked about earlier, this likelihood ratio indicates very strong support for the proposition that Stefan and Angelle is a contributor to the profile.
I asked you to double check how many people live on the planet. What's the number?
Approximately 8 billion.
Can we agree that 42.5 octillion is a lot more than that?
42.5 octillion is greater than 8 billion.
How many zeros in an octillion?
In one octillion is 1 and 27 zeros.
And how many in billion?
1 billion is 1 with 9 zeros,
So it's about 3 times the amount.
approximately.
So to put what you've told the jury into as easy as I can get it, that item in front of you that is states 58 is supposed to have come from here in the chart, from this Camry, the potential blood right here. You've told them those numbers exist out of that carpet, that it's potentially 2 people, but 1 for sure. You don't like those words. Very strong support by 42.5 octillion times that that's Stephen and Angelle.
I have to word it a very specific way, and that would be the probability of obtaining the mixture profile if the DNA came from Stefan and Angelle and one unrelated unknown individual is 42.5 octillion times greater than the probability of obtaining this profile if the DNA came from 2 unrelated unknown individuals.
Right. I know you hate when the lawyers push you about the boundaries. You'll have to be very specific about how these things are worded, correct?
Yes, because honestly, one trip up of a word could make that likelihood ratio completely different. So we want to make sure that we are giving you the most accurate representation of our statistic.
Right. So that's the one. We've identified that states 53 is the known sample from Mr. Angelle. That's what helps us to get that 42 point whatever octillion, correct?
The buccal swab was a reference sample that I compared. And that was the related statistic to that.
That's why we know. That's why you give him the numbers about the very strong support on that, because you have a known sample for him.
It's based on the evidence that was obtained and then based on the information provided in his known reference profile that helps generate the statistic.
Let's go to the next one. We have your number 0201AA, which is a swab from the steering wheel, labeled as item number 58, which comes from, that's the 58 number up on that chart that's on the overhead, right? You got that chart, did you know?
I have the swab of the steering wheel
Mm-hmm.
as 56.
I'm sorry, 56. Was that 58?
I have a different.
Yes, I'm wanting to talk about item 56. You're right. And we got 3 swabs from the car, 1 from the steering wheel, 1 from the gear shifts, and 1 from the door handle. So when we look at the steering wheel, is that what's referenced? Let's say Civic 55 on the tag. And then,
Yes.
all right. So what do we find out about the swab of the steering wheel?
The previously obtained DNA profile is interpreted as a mixture of 4 individuals. The probability of obtaining this mixture profile if the DNA came from Stefan and Angelle and 3 unrelated unknown individuals is 247,000 times greater than the probability of obtaining this profile if the DNA came from 4 unrelated unknown individuals. This likelihood ratio indicates strong support for the proposition that Stefan and Angelle is a contributor to the profile.
This particular piece of evidence, once it's reached you, indicates that there's 4 DNAs.
I interpret it as a mixture of 4 individuals.
That could be 4 different people have their hands on the steering wheel.
I don't know how the DNA got there. I can just tell you what I saw in the DNA profile.
And this particular number, as compared to the last one, is within the population of the Earth.
247,000 is less than 8 billion.
That will actually be the lowest number they hear today, is it not?
Yes.
Now, what's the next one on there?
The swab from Gearshift Toyota PC, item 57.
Is that reflected in states 52 that's being added according to the indicators on here?
Yes.
All right, so tell the jury what we found on the swab of the gear shift.
The previously obtained DNA profile was interpreted as a mixture of 4 individuals. The probability of obtaining this mixture profile, if the DNA came from Stefan Angelle and 3 unrelated unknown individuals, is 58.1 billion times greater than the probability of obtaining the profile if the DNA came from 4 unrelated unknown individuals. This likelihood ratio indicates very strong support for the proposition that Stefan Angelle is a contributor to the profile.
So again, we've got 4 individuals,
Yes.
and this number is in the billions, but it's higher than the current population.
58.1 is larger than 8. And then the same, they're both billions.
And your wording on this was a very strong.
Yes.
What's the next one you deal with?
Swab from inside of driver's side door handle from vehicle, item 58.
That's represented in states 54.
Yes.
What you find here?
Due to uncertainty in determining the number of contributors, no interpretable DNA profile was previously obtained. No associations or exclusions will be made.
So we got no numbers, no findings on this. Correct.
Well, I was looking at the data. I could not determine how many individuals could have contributed to that profile, so I deemed the profile uninterpretable.
So I mean, there were too many.
This means I couldn't even determine a number. There could have been information missing. So I did not make any associations or exclusions.
All right, so no findings there. Your next one down, we already talked about, was the buccal swab from Stephen Angelle. Then you had the swab of the right hand clippings and the swab of the left hand clippings.
Yes.
What you find with these two things?
For the swab of the right hand clippings, the previously obtained partial DNA profile from this item is interpreted as originating from a single individual. Stefan Angelle is excluded as the contributor of this profile.
So if it came from Jacoby Rubin, Mr. Angelle is excluded. Right?
The item came from Jacoby Rubin, but I didn't have his name to determine if that profile came from him, but I was able to exclude Mr. Angelle.
And what was your finding on the other?
From the swab of the left-hand clippings, the previously obtained partial DNA profile from this item is interpreted as originating from a single individual. Stefan Angelle is excluded as the contributor of this profile.
The exact same findings as to the other, correct?
The same reporting statement, yes.
And those were the only items that you did your testing and gave us a report on, correct?
Yes.
Have we covered everything that you did as far as your DNA testing and the ultimate lab report?
Yes.
That's what it's.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Just have a couple questions. How do you designate a known sample?
That is given to us through our customer or the law enforcement agency. When they submit evidence, they will list it out on the designated form. And then additionally, typically if it's labeled as buccal swabs, that is a common known reference sample, so we will handle them appropriately.
And buccal swab, is it usually just the swabbing of the mouth?
Yes.
Does it matter whether an individual is alive or deceased in reference to the swab of the mouth?
It does not.
And you've gotten this reference to a car, and you don't know anything about the facts of this case, do you?
I do not know very many. I knew a little bit of information just to understand where the evidence was coming from, but I do not know the whole story.
There was a gunfight, and it's one of the vehicles.
Okay.
Simple, right? And the reason why I ask is they did not make Mr. Rubin a known
I
reference?
probably did, but I did not receive one.
Because on some of these, and I know it's the vehicle, like for instance, the blood stain that you analyzed on the carpet, there's another individual there, right? That's unknown.
Yes.
And you didn't take, like, they gave you fingernail clippings. We have scrapings that you're colleague in the other department had, and blood samples from the fingers for Mr. Rubin, but you didn't use Mr. Rubin as a reference,
No, that is
a
not,
known reference, excuse me.
right, that is not something we typically do. We do not, on our own, as the lab, take a item of evidence from a potential crime scene or an individual and automatically make that a known reference sample. That has to come from the requesting agency or our customer.
So the requesting agency could have told you and designated that this is a known sample from, in this case, Mr. Rubin, and a known sample from Mr. Angelle. And then you would have tested those known references to the samples that you received.
Yes, if we had permission from the agency, we could do that.
So there's somebody else's DNA. Take a step back. On the carpet, there was for simple tape and possible trace evidence on that. You didn't do anything with that, right?
I did not.
Okay. And then they took a known blood sample and detected that it was blood and that there was enough for possibly a DNA analysis, correct? I'm doing real simple.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm following.
Well, that your profile had to do with what did that actually examine? Was it the blood in the carpet?
So the information that I have on my report, and I can refer to SICTA's notes if I have to, is swab of big stain and bleed through from carpet cutting.
All right.
So the profile that I received, 2 profiles here. So I have the DNA profile from that item of evidence, so from the swabs, and then I had another DNA profile from Mr. Angelle that I used as a reference and made the comparison between the 2 profiles.
I know I asked that question wrong. That wasn't. The analyst before you stated they were looking for possible or apparent blood in the samples that they received. And that this sample was apparent blood.
I would have to confirm her notes. I can look.
No,
really fast.
well, I mean, you can if you want. I guess you could. But my question is that if she took that known sample of blood or that sample saying, yes, this is blood that needs to be analyzed for DNA purposes, that's what you analyzed, that sample that she forwarded to you.
Yes, so the stain from the carpet is not a known sample. It is, we call it a question sample or an evidence sample. I think that's where I'm getting confused.
Well, what sample is, what did she actually forward to you? And it would be the carpet sample. And I have it down as item 52. Swabs from big stain, bleed through from the carpeting. You're one of 3 on the report. What is that? What did you analyze there? What type of evidence did you analyze?
So I got a DNA profile from those swabs of the big stain and bleed through from the carpet. Just looking at the profile, I cannot tell you the source, as in I cannot say that this was blood DNA or this was skin cell DNA or this was sweat DNA or anything like that.
So you don't know if it was the blood or not that your DNA came from.
I cannot say that, no.
Could the lady before have said that? What she
So
tested?
the testing that we perform in our lab is, we call it a presumptive test because the chemicals that are used can cross-reference with other items. But we use that test as an initial test to determine what should be sent on for DNA analysis.
And
So-
again, oh, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, we'll never say for certain that it is blood due to the fact that those chemicals can cross-react with other substances.
And that's why
So
they
we
say
possibly.
possible or apparent or
Yes.
whatever. That's where I got the word from.
Yes.
On the other samples, which is item 56 and 57 in your report, there were 3 other unrelated or unknown individuals when they did the testing, right? Oh, when you did your test. And-
Yes, so I interpreted it as a mixture of 4 individuals. I had 1 known reference to use for comparison. So after using that 1 known reference sample for comparison, there were still 3 information from 3 other individuals within the profile.
And that was touch evidence, I guess. They swabbed the knobs or the gear shift and other items, correct?
I don't know if their intention was touch, and I would have referred to just notes if there was.
If I told you that it was indicated that it was, you wouldn't disbelieve me, would you?
I have it as swab from steering wheel and
Okay.
swab from gear shift.
Point being is that there were 3 other individuals, correct?
Yes,
And if you were asked to, you could have either ruled that Mr. Rubin was a contributor or he was not a contributor to that DNA sample that you analyzed, correct?
for both of these items, the likelihood ratio indicated strong and very strong support for Stefan and Angelle as a contributor to the profile. If I received any other known samples, I could have done the comparison as well.
And you weren't requested to do that.
I did not receive any other weapon samples, no.
Thank you. Ask the witness.
No additional questions of this witness.
Is this lady excused?
Please, Judge.
You are excused, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're gonna take a short break, ladies and gentlemen, 5-10 minutes, and report back at 7. Everybody else remains seated while the jury and the witness are excused.
Yes.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
We're gonna break. We're gonna break. Oh. What, 8 or? I mean, really, there's gotta be another way of doing that. Might as well just turn on an alarm about every 30 seconds. See, it wasn't when somebody had mentioned to a bailiff, I think that it wasn't, it was too hot in here. We got it at 70 flat degrees, 70.07. That's just, and that's all it'll do. So
I agree. It was
bear with us.
hot.
I don't know. I think the lawyers may be causing a lot of the heat.
Thank you.
All right. We ready to proceed? The state may call your next witness.
Charles Nicholas.
Oh, I thought he was saying lawyers are from hell. Guess not.
Come forward, please. Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes, sir.
Please have a seat there. Thank you.
And you won't beat the shit out of the victim's or defendant's brother.
Go ahead.
Yep. Make sure that they can hear you there. State your name for the record. All right, good. When you're leaning forward, I can hear you. Make sure that unless you are in the jury box computer, okay? If we can't, we might. You push this up just a little bit. Yeah. That way you, there you go. That'll work. Try it for me one more time. My name is Charles Nicholas Jr. Good. Make sure you keep the volume up. And what do you do for a living, sir? Right now I start school next week. I work with. How old of a man are you? 29 years old. And where do you live? Not sure. Yeah, good. I don't want your address, just the city. Port Arthur? Yes, sir. Okay. And what is your relationship to Jacoby Rubin? He's my little brother. And how old of a man was he whenever all this happened back in December of 2021? 22. Mark is State's Exhibit 83. You recognize the person in this picture? Yes. Who is that? That's Jacoby. And where does this picture come from? It's a picture with John. John do a memorial for him for this event? Yes, sir. Use this picture as well, right? Yes, sir. It truly and accurately depict him as he was, other than some of these other photographs the jury said had misfortunate scene. Yes. Now, State's Exhibit 83.
Objection, stage 83. It is admitted.
So one of the things I've got to prove in this case, sir, is that it was your brother that died that day. Yes. In the indictment, it references Jacoby and a middle name. Jacoby Jawan Rubin. Okay. I know I mispronounced it when I read the indictment. It's Jawan? Yes, sir. Rubin. Is that this individual that we see in State's Exhibit 83? Yes. And was he present on that date back in December 27th, 2021? Yes. And was he killed that day? Yes. Were you there? Yes. All right. Let's back up because we've got a few things we're going to be talking about. Okay. Do you know an individual by the name of Stephen Angelle? Yes. You see him here in the courtroom? Yes. Can you point to him and describe something he's wearing? Black suit looks like. The record reflect he's identified the defendant.
Yes, it will.
All right. I think I keep mispronouncing his name. Is it Stephen Angelle or Stefan Angelle? Do you know? I just call him Steph. All right. So you know him as Steph? Yes, sir. How long have you known him? Since elementary. And how old of a man is he? I believe a year younger than my brother. Y'all are all Port Arthur boys, right? Yes, sir. Did y'all grow up in the same neighborhood? Yes. Prior to this incident on December 27th, 2021, was there some kind of disagreement that was ongoing? Yes. What was the nature of that? You mean as far as that particular day? Yeah, well, let's go with that day. Pretty much earlier that morning, my brother had received some messages on Instagram, and pretty much the messages was coming from a scammer, and they pretty much had hacked his page, and pretty much was asking my brother for money and stuff like that, but my brother didn't know it was him or not. So my brother basically responded like, "What you what you inboxing me for? Did you just go to my brothers?"
Your Honor, can we have like an answer, a question and answer instead of a narrative? I know that some of this is,
Okay.
just, I said, just rambling.
Okay. So what that means is do your best not to give a narrative. Let me ask you questions and be responsive to that. Got caution for you too, because we're talking about a lot of male characters in this. Be careful of using pronouns. So say the name. Yes, sir. That'll make sure that there's no confusion about who we're talking about. Okay. So back up. You said that your brother, that would be Jacoby, yes, came in, indicated that there was some social messages he was receiving. Yes, he thought he was receiving a message from Stephen. Like I said, the messages pretty much was, if I'm not mistaken, it was something along the lines like, "How you doing?" My brother basically responded like, "Why you texting me? Then you threatened my brother." That text message. Did Mr. Angelle threaten you in your past? Yes. And was that what he was referencing? Yes. Okay. So after Jacoby had responded, that's when another message that came in. The message pretty much said, "I love you," and stuff like that of that nature. And that's when my brother came in the room and he brought the phone to me and he showed me the message. And did you read those messages? Yes, sir. Okay, so you saw that. Yeah. What advice did you give your brother? I told him, I said, to be honest, COVID, I said, that's not him. I said, if somebody hacking to the page, I said, that's something that's commonly been going on these days, where people hacking people's social media and they pretty much try to ask people for money. Was that what the messages were, asking for money? Yes, sir. And so how did Jacoby handle that? He pretty much was like, well, I didn't know. He was like, so if he do inbox me, he'll say, then that'll be that. Did he ever get another message from that individual? I don't know about any messages. All I heard was a phone call. I caught it towards the end, but I don't know about any other messages. So what happened after that phone call? I was playing the game, and I heard my brother talking loud. I thought maybe he was listening to music or something like that. So I paused the game, and all I heard was the very end. And he was like, "You hurt my feelings because we all grew up together." And he was about to repeat that, and then he just stopped and he said, "Well, say this." And that's your.
He just said he hurt his feelings. Okay.
That's your brother Jacoby, who we've got the picture of was saying those things, correct? Yes. Okay. And then what happens next? At that point, he came into the room. He said he wanted to fight. He said, "We gonna meet up and get him circle." You used a pronoun there. Who was wanting to fight whom? He said that Stephen wants to fight. So I told him, I said, "Oh, don't worry about that." I said, "Stephen, he might be bluffing because of the situation that we had in the past." I said, "Nothing happened." So he said, Jacoby said, he said, "Well, if you do say anything about me like that, that's that." So what, let's get a time reference. What date is all this happening? This happened December 27th, 2021. All right. So the same day of the incidents the jury's already been hearing about, correct? Yes. So what happens next day at your house with you and Jacoby? So like probably like an hour went by, something like that of that nature. And that's when he came into the room. He said, Stephen wants to meet up at the Gillum Circle. So I know the jury's heard Gillum Circle. Can you tell them where Gillum Circle is located? It's a park. Is it pretty known location here in Port Arthur, sir? Yes. So I have a Google map in State's Exhibit 16. This exhibit shows Thomas, Liberty, 11, where we're going to end up. Direction wise, where is Gillum Circle? Gillum Circle will be to the left of the map. Left meaning off of this end? Yes, sir. I'm going to put that up so the jury can see what you're telling them. So basically where my thumb is that where you're saying it is? If this is Thomas Boulevard, here's Liberty, here's 11. It would be going the left way, so going back. So this way? Yes, sir. All right. So ultimately we're going to see a video, and the jury's already seen a video multiple times, and you and I are going to go through it here in a moment. But if we see cars that are coming in here from this direction and end up parked in this area, would that be coming from the Gillum Circle?
Yes,
All right. So y'all say you're going to go to Gillum Circle. Did you do that?
yes.
Who all was there?
As far as who I actually know, it was me, my brother Jacoby, and his little brother Chan Rubin. And then as far as with Stephen, only person that I knew was Jalen Thomas. I didn't know the other people.
So you knew.
And hell, I did move it up as much as I can. So that's all they just show his little head there sticking out behind the tissue box, playing hide and seek or peekaboo with the tissue box.
Stephen, an individual by the name of Jalen Thomas.
Yes,
You, Charles Nicholas, your brother Jacoby Rubin,
yes,
and another brother Chan Rubin.
yes,
All right, so let's get the bloodline right. All right. Jacoby Rubin and Chan Rubin sound like maybe they share the same father.
yes, sir.
Do you share the same father with them?
No, sir.
Do y'all,
Me and Jacoby had the same mother.
all these brothers we're talking about, Chan, Jacoby, and you all share the same mother?
No, Jacoby and Lil Chan Rubin, they have the same dad. Me and
Okay.
Jacoby have the same mother.
So you're related to Jacoby by your mom.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. All right. I want to pause there. I've got up on this big screen. This is the side-by-side videos. You've seen these videos before, have you not?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to ask my trial partner to play it up until when we see the cards come in, and then I'm going to ask her to pause it. We're going to see what we can identify with you here, sir. Go ahead. Pause. Who's driving that gold or tan four-door vehicle?
Stephen.
Okay. You know who's driving that white car that's whipping around the red truck?
No,
Go ahead. We have another white car appearing. Who's driving this?
I don't know.
Pause it. Who's this? Person got out of this car.
That's Stephen.
You remember him wearing black black shorts, white shirt?
Yes,
That look like these items that are in State's Exhibit 70?
yes,
You remember those Nike shorts and that muscle shirt?
yes.
All right. Go ahead. And I'm going to pause it again. We can see three new cars here. We see this white car that pulls up here on the left side of this street. You know who's driving that?
No,
We see a white car. This is a white Chevy Tahoe that's pulling in, about to turn here. Do you know whose car this is?
yes.
Whose?
That's Chan Rubin truck.
Who's driving that?
Chan,
Anybody else in this vehicle?
Jacoby.
This red, it's been described as a Chevy Sonic.
Yes,
Is that this car?
yes, sir.
Who's driving this car?
That's me.
Is that yours?
Yes, sir.
One more car, pause. Pulls up behind yours here. It's a gray car. Whose is this?
I don't know.
Right. So I believe you've already said this, but I want to be clear. The people you know are pulling up in this Chevy Tahoe, which is Chan Rubin and Jacoby Rubin, correct?
Yes,
And you're in this car,
yes.
the red Chevy Sonic. Nobody else is in that car, right?
No, sir.
And you didn't recognize any of these fellows that are grouped here on this other side of the road, correct?
No, sir.
We do know that
Stephen.
we know that one of those is Stefan and Angelle, right?
Yes.
Don't be. No. All right, we'll pick up some more of that, but I just wanted to try to identify some of the players, okay? What's going on right there? Kind of bring the jury into reference. We've gone from Gillum Circle down to here. Why did we leave Gillum Circle?
Pretty much, Gillum Circle would have a lot of fights when we were growing up. So a lot of times police would be called or they'll sometimes be around there.
Were they there then when y'all went there on December 27th, 2021?
No,
So why'd y'all move from there to this location?
I don't,
Whose idea was it?
I don't know.
It just happened.
Yes, sir.
Why? What's the connection between this place and any of the individuals as far as you know?
That's pretty much the street that we played on when we was kids.
I think you told me or my trial partner that Mr. Angelle used to live somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Where?
The house that's he parked in front of.
So I'm pointing here at
Can I just say how freaking senseless this is? This is just Why? Fine, you get into a fist fight. Why would you escalate it with guns? It just makes zero sense to me. It, I don't get the need for violence over the dumbest, smallest things. I'm sorry.
This gold or tan Camry. There's a house in front of this, right?
Yes,
That was his old place where he lived?
yes,
I have a picture. All happened at Liberty and 11th Street, right?
yes,
So we start seeing in States 18, the house. Is that same house?
yes,
And a little better picture of that on 19th, right?
yes, sir.
And this is where that car was, Mr. Angelle chose to park in front of.
Yes,
Have you ever known? You guys grew up in this area?
yes, sir.
Where did you live?
The White House that's directly behind it on 10th Street.
All right, so not on the street.
No, sir, it's on 10th Street. That's 11th Street.
Well, I'm going to get myself really lost here now. So 11th doesn't appear on any of these maps. Numerically, which direction does it go? Can you help me?
So
Hold on, you said numerically which direction it goes?
I know, Judge. Let me clear that up. So I got back up State 16. I'm not a Port Arthur guy. I'm looking here at 11th Street. What direction on this field is 10th? Because up here I see Thomas. Here's 11th. Is 10th going this way?
yes, sir.
So it's across street, just like 11th, but it's further off of this map, correct?
Yes, sir.
So you were 1 block off is where you lived.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anybody else that lives in that neighborhood?
Jalen lived on 10th Street as well.
Same street, same reference for the jury. Anybody else?
Not that I know of.
So some of you were familiar with the area
Yes,
and chose to drive there.
yes,
So what's happening as we pause this? We're basically, we're not even a minute into this video on December 27th, 2021. What's going on as y'all are all getting out of these cars?
pretty much. I stayed in my car until I pretty much watched everybody walk where they was going. So pretty much that's him walking up to his friends.
So it looks like cars have been opened on the right-hand side and people are getting out. Yes?
Yes,
What's going on up there in the background? Why just shy of the tree?
that's pretty much where the fight had began at.
Would it help if we zoom in for you to be able to see that?
Yes,
Now, am I correct in pointing that it happens right here about in this area?
yes,
What did you zoom in for? And who's fighting?
Jacoby, Stephen.
And is that basically what was supposed to happen?
Yes,
There's been a beef and these two boys are going to fight.
yes,
This fight.
yes,
Up until this time, had you seen a gun or anything of that nature?
yes.
When did you see a gun?
It was one of his friends. He had on a gray hoodie.
Wait a minute, hold on.
I don't
Hold on. You gotta help the jury here. You said one of his friends. We've got a bunch of men out there, males. You gotta tell us who his is so that the jury can follow along with your testimony. Go ahead.
It was one of Stephen's friends.
Thank you. We do have to be very cautious, remember, especially looking at the number of male individuals that are here, right? Do our best to stay away from pronouns, right? So you were describing somebody with a gray hoodie you saw with a gun.
Yes,
Did you know that person?
no.
You saw it before. What did it make you think?
Can you repeat that?
What did it make you think? Seeing some guy bringing a gun to a fist fight?
Oh, it made me bring my gun out of my car.
And what were you carrying, sir?
I had a Glock 17.
I'll show you what's marked in evidence. It states Exhibit 81, which purports to be a Glock 17. Did you get that gun to law enforcement?
Yes,
You cooperated in doing it, did you not?
yes,
I will show you. It's not an evidence yet, so I'm not really exhibiting it to the jury. Does that appear to be your weapon?
yes.
You remember your serial number?
No, sir.
It looks like yours, doesn't it?
Yes,
Did you give that to Detective Cousins at some point in time in regards to clearing your name on this matter?
yes,
All right, so you had yours and you said you got it out of your car?
yes, sir.
When did you do that?
Pretty much after I had seen the guy with the gun.
So help me out in reference. When is that in regards to this Julia that we've got here? Before or after where I've got it frozen here?
You said, when did I see the gun?
Yes.
When they was all walking up to each other?
All right, so before this in time?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna mess with my co-counsel because she's got it zoomed in here where the fight is. So let's play that and then I'll probably back up some, okay? So. Is that them fighting there where it's blown up, sir?
Yes.
You see the truck coming? Where are you?
I'm still on the right side of the street, so I'm basically still by the tower.
Maybe behind the trees?
Yes, sir.
The car's coming up. What's everybody doing? Excuse me, the garbage truck is coming up. What's everybody doing?
That was pretty much after the fight. Everybody was just standing around.
You see that white car moving?
Yes.
Appears to get out of the way. Pause it. Before these cars moved, could that garbage truck have passed through that street?
No, sir.
It's been implied that these people are running because of something that happened. Did anything happen to cause these people to run?
Yes.
What?
At that point after the fight, once the garbage truck was pretty much passing by, like I stated last time, I don't necessarily remember what Stephen said because my adrenaline was just rushing. But he made a notion like towards me, and I looked at him. I said, "What?" And at that point, he pretty much like was feeling like walk up on me. So I looked at him. I said, "Don't walk up on me." So that's when I stood. I'm left-handed, so I stood up. Well, I was already stood up. Sorry, but I pretty much put my right foot forward, and the gun was in my left pocket. So he pretty much looked like he was going to walk forward. I had put my hand by my hip, and that's when I had pulled it out. But I had kept it down to the ground, and that's when pretty much that was the next thing.
So it sounds like I've heard the term bladed, that you kind of turned away from him a little bit.
Yes.
And is that what you did?
Yes.
Did he win that fist fight with your brother? Who got the better on that? I know it didn't last that long. I mean, we're not doing an Olympic boxing match here.
To me personally, it was kind of like a tie, but I will give him that he did get towards the end.
All right. So after the fight,
Hold on. Who's he?
thank you, Judge. Judge will do it, and I'll catch you too. I know you're doing the best you can, sir. So the fight ends. We've got it paused in that regard. Does Mr. Angelle start talking towards you after that?
Well, like I said, he was more so saying something in the direction of my brother and Chan. I didn't realize he was talking to me till he pointed me in my direction, Stephen.
Or was he passing pleasantries like, "Hey man, how are you doing?" Or was he talking noise?
I guess you can say he was talking to us, but like I say, I don't really recall what he said. I just know he said something in my direction.
Okay. And you don't remember what that was?
No, sir.
So when did you take it as some form of a threat?
When he pretty much looked in my direction and he pulled up his pants and like he was feeling like leap.
Like he was going to jump at you?
Yes, sir.
When you letting him know that you were armed?
Oh, he already said it. It was in my left pocket. The shorts that I had on, they was real thin, so it's like the gun was kind of heavy. So it's like I pretty much had to keep holding on to it so it wouldn't fall out my pocket.
Okay. Is there any way we can see any of that on the video that we've just been showing the jury?
No, sir.
Is it basically behind those trees?
Yes, sir. But I'm still on the right side of the street.
When you're saying the right side of the street, are you referring to this side here?
No, that's the left side.
Okay. You're referring to this side here?
Yes, sir.
You're just further down behind these trees?
Yes, sir.
And again, you don't know who these individuals are over here?
No, sir.
So I'm asking my co-counsel to help me back up a little bit on this. I want to address who you said there was somebody in a gray hoodie that you said you saw with a gun. Do
Yes, sir.
you remember which car he came from?
No, sir.
Interesting. That seems like a black hoodie to me. You weren't referencing this individual.
Yes, sir.
This is the person you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
So I know later on we're going to see this individual come up this road later, and it appears he might have a gun. And I'll get you to describe that. But this is the person that you're referring to here.
Yes, sir.
When did you see him? Was it before this instance? Because it looks like you're getting out of your car right here, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He had walked past me. That's what I said.
Okay. Go ahead and press play. We're about 120, we can see them fighting, right, sir?
Yes.
That's what's zoomed in there. Garbage truck is coming. That fight lasts for 7-8 seconds. Right?
Yes.
What are you wearing that day, Walter?
I had on a black baseball cap, a white t-shirt, black shorts, and some gray slippers.
Good. So you're saying then, Walter, because the truck isn't there, we don't see anybody moving. Somewhere in that area is when Mr. Angelle does that conduct that you described already to the jury, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, it's sort of play. Let's pause that. And I will zoom in to where. Did you know where Mr. Angelle was going when he was running back? It looks like he was running back to his car.
Yes, sir. He ran back to his car.
Did you see him do that?
Yes, sir.
Put it zoom in a little bit. Oh. Yes. You saw him go to his car?
Yes, sir.
Good. Did you see him running back?
No, sir. At that point, we were standing, me, Jacoby, and Chan, we were standing like pretty much in front of the tower. And we was pretty much, they both tried to get the gun from me, but they didn't say why. And then after that, that's when we heard a gunshot. And then when we heard the first gunshot, that's when we looked forward. And that's when we saw Steph. And at that point, once he saw us, that's when he raised his hand and let off the second shot.
All right, we're gonna get to that because that's coming in a couple of seconds. We saw Mr. Angelle run to his car. Did you see him go back to your car?
No, I didn't see that.
Did you see him circle around?
No, sir.
Did you see where your car was apparently shot?
I didn't realize until I got into the car.
When did you realize that the back right tire of your vehicle was shot?
After I had left the scene, I was going home because I didn't have my cell phone number to call my mother and tell her what happened. And I say probably like when I was like a block or two away from home, that's when I realized that on my dashboard it said that my back left tire had needed help.
Did you bring it back to the scene where your brother was?
No, sir.
Okay, there's testimony that you arrive where Jacoby is on Thomas Street. Do you remember that?
Oh no. Basically what happened was in that situation, once Jalen had screamed my brother's name and I ran around the house and I sang to myself, I told Jalen to stay with him. I ran back to my car and I drove up to Thomas Boulevard and then I waited for the ambulance. Once they put him in the car, that's when I left.
All right, so you heard, did you know before Jalen yelled out his name that he'd been shot?
No, I heard Jalen scream his name.
All right.
But that was in the midst of the shooting.
What you're telling me is ahead of this video, so I'm gonna slow down and let this catch up for the best way. Pause it. Back that up to where the shot happens. Let's see that frame by frame. All right, so we're showing you and the jury, we're in this side by side, where Mr. Angelle appears to come back around from the car, appears to raise his hand and shoots. Did you see that shot?
I didn't see the initial shot, the first shot.
Did you hear it?
Yes, I heard it.
Yes. Do you remember the garbage truck coming through like we're talking about here? Oh, hang on for you. Where are you in this zoomed in deal? Are you anywhere near that Tahoe?
Probably like 3 or 4 feet in front of it, but yes, I'm still on the right side of the street.
Okay. Can you see yourself in this zoomed in spot?
No, sir.
So I see two people with one guy wearing gray, one guy wearing black. Which one of these two is it that you said you saw with a gun? If it's one of them, I don't, you tell me.
You would have to play the video.
All right. Let's go ahead and move over. Yep. Gonna get over. That's this way to the front. Did you see that puff of smoke?
What, from the car?
No. I want you to pay attention to this individual here.
Mm.
Look at the frame by frame. Here to raise a hand. You see that here by the stop sign?
Yes.
What's that right there?
That's a gun.
This came from the gun. Do you see the smoke?
Yes,
You see this in the video, right?
yes.
At the time that it's happening, you didn't actually see that, did you?
You mean as far as the second one, that motion right there?
Yeah, raising that gun and shooting.
Yes, I saw that. That was after the first shot. That's when we had looked out, and when we saw him, that's when he raised his hand up.
Was the first shot?
The first shot was the one that we heard. The second shot was basically when we looked at him and actually saw him with the gun. That was the second shot.
So you saw this right here that
Yes,
you
sir.
just played for the jury.
Yes, sir.
Did you see what happened to your brother?
No, sir.
Right? We've got it still framed as to that. We're going to just shift over and show the jury on this other side. We're going to go frame by frame. Just not frame by frame the shot. We're going to go frame by frame on the opposite side. And as we're looking at this, and she's doing that, where are you, sir?
I'm standing in front of Jacoby and Chad.
Stop. You see this?
Yes, that's Jacoby.
Where are you?
I'm in front of him. I didn't initially see him fall.
So somewhere in this area?
Yes, sir.
And again, this is Chan's car. This is your car.
Yes, sir.
And that is your brother that falls in the street.
Yes.
Still framed moments after that shot.
Yes.
You saw the shot. You didn't realize somebody was shot?
No, sir. I was in front of Jacoby and Chad.
From your perception, who was Angelle shooting at?
I assumed it was me because, like I said, I was in front.
Had you shot at him before that?
No, sir.
Had you given him any reason to shoot at you,
No, sir.
much less your car? Did your car do anything to warrant getting shot?
No, sir.
And he did that before this shot that we keep talking about, right?
Yes, sir.
What's going through your mind? Now you've heard a shot, you've seen a shot. What's going through your mind?
At that point, I just returned fire.
Do you know how many shots you fired?
I believe I probably had like 2 or 3 bullets left in the gun and towards the end. So I'd say probably like 14 shots, 13, 14 shots.
So if we've got diagrammed it. Did I show you this before, sir?
Yes.
So the crime scene technician in State's Exhibit 5 noted 12 different casings in this area near the white car. Is that generally where you were, sir?
Yes, sir.
They noticed another shooter with 15 to 31 casings over here by this gold car. Is that where Mr. Angelle was?
Yes.
Now, there's no audio on this. Is that what's represented here in State's 5 fairly and accurately represent? We'll start with you. Where you shot and where those casings ended up?
Yes.
Does it fairly and accurately represent
Yes.
what Mr. Angelle did that day?
Yes.
Is there any doubt in your mind who shot first?
There was no doubt.
And again, at this moment in time, when Jacoby falls in the street, you didn't realize he was hit, did you?
No, sir.
Were you acting just to protect yourself at that stage, sir?
Yes.
Let's play this and see where we can see you next, sir. Let's back. Yes, go ahead. So we see the garbage truck turning here. It's at 253 on our playback. But false. Who's the person squatting right there in the middle of the road?
That's me.
Is that where you wearing white shirt, black shorts, and you said a black hat, I think?
Yes, sir.
We can see you here.
Yes, sir.
What are your hands doing right here?
Holding on to the gun.
Are you actually shooting at that moment?
No, sir. At that moment, I was pretty much like crouching down to see where he was.
Could you see him?
Yes, he was on the other side of, basically on the passenger side of his vehicle. It looked like he was trying to crawl in.
So if the car is here in this exhibit, he's on this side over here somewhere,
Yes, sir.
kind of fitting with all those casings, right?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. So I see you raising your gun there, so you're shooting.
Yes, sir.
And the rest of the time when you're ducking, you're trying not to get hit.
Yes, sir.
Is somebody shooting at you?
Yes, sir.
Who is?
Stephen.
Go ahead. Pause. You just run off the screen. Where are you going?
That's when I heard Jada scream like my brother's name, Jacob.
So we're at 3:09 on this video. Wait, press play. I saw, backing up a little bit, I saw him on the side of the. Right, so we saw you from our zoomed in portion leaving here. I'm asking council to assist me to. Yeah, that's right. The jury knows, and we've talked about how your brother is found on Thomas Road in front of his house at 2248 Thomas Boulevard. I'm trying to play this video where it looks like you run through here back that way. Is that what happened?
Yes, sir.
And where did you find your brother?
He was laying in front of the house on the sidewalk, basically like right there in front of their door.
About to be gruesome, sir. But this picture states 49. It's supposed to be that location. Do you remember that?
Yes,
Is that where you found him?
yes.
Was he verbal?
No, sir.
And what was going on?
When I had approached him, he was laying on his stomach, like sideways. That's when I seen blood on him, but I thought it was coming like from his shirt. And then Jalen was standing right there. So once I crouched down and I seen he had a bullet in his neck, that's when I asked Jalen to help me turn him over. And at that point, that's when I held him.
Mr. Nicholas, there's been some testimony that when officers got there that you had blood all over your shirt. How did you get that blood?
Holding my brothers.
Were you trying to stop that blood?
Yes.
Were you successful in any way?
No, sir.
There's also been testimony that you didn't want to talk to the officers when they got there. Why was it?
And it's more so the state of shock. Like I say, I was pretty much just worried about him getting into the ambulance because he was still breathing. So I'll admit I wasn't trying to answer no questions. I was just more so worried about them getting him into the ambulance, getting him to the hospital fast.
You were worried about your brother, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you think he was going to live or die?
I believed he had a chance to live because he was still breathing.
All right, so we're about 3:42 on this video. I want to go ahead and finish this off. Okay. Man?
Also, from what I recall of the extent of the injuries, I'm really surprised he was still breathing at that point, or even got to the hospital. It sounds like the bullet basically went through his jugular. It did some severe damage. So
Sure. When do you remember coming back to get in your car and move it to Thomas?
I said, it's like everything was going slow motion, so I had to
Pause it. We just got into the Chevy Tahoe.
that's true.
Where's he going?
I don't know where he went at that point.
He's leaving though, isn't
Yes, sir.
he? Is that you coming back?
Yes.
Is this when you move your car over?
Yes, sir.
What did we just see go across?
A police officer.
And you drove it from there over to the other side, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you leave from there, you go back to the scene.
Yes.
How long are you at the scene?
Until the ambulance pulled up.
And did you ride in the ambulance
No, sir.
with your brother? Did you follow it in your car?
No, sir.
Where'd you go?
Before I left, I seen my uncle across the street. And I went over there and I went across the street and I told him what happened.
Who is your uncle?
His name was Gilbert Collins.
Okay.
And at that point, once I told him what was going on, and at that point, my brother was already in the ambulance. He was taking off downtown the boulevard. So that's when I got into my car and I left.
Needed to tell your mom, right?
Yes, sir.
Did I catch that from your testimony earlier?
Yes.
Did you go and get her?
Yes.
Did you go to the hospital?
Yes, sir.
What happened when you got to the hospital?
Someone came outside and they had took my shirt off of me because they had a lot of blood on it.
Right.
And probably 5-10 minutes went by. That's when they called us into the I believe they called it the chapel room. And they talked to me.
Did you realize when you were in the hospital that Mr. Angelle was there too?
No, sir.
And apparently, when this picture was taken, And State's Exhibit 4, 67, 68, 69, that your brother was in the room next door?
I didn't know.
Well, let's be fair. What hospital was that?
I believe it was called Saint Elizabeth.
And
I'm not too.
what city is it in?
This one.
I have the name, the Medical Center of Southeast Texas. Have you heard that?
Yes, sir.
Is that the place we're talking about?
Um,
It used to be called Mid-Jet.
I'm not too familiar with that hospital.
Okay. So do me a favor then, since you can't remember the name and you know it's Port Arthur, describe where it's at in Port Arthur from.
It's right off of 69. It's more so like behind Walmart and all the other restaurants.
Pretty close to Central Mall?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. All right, so let's talk about the follow-up after we find out your brother's gone. When did you have contact with police, them talking to you about this incident?
I seen Detective Cousins talking to my mother, and my mother had called me over.
Same day?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you tell him what took place?
Yes, sir.
Did he ask about your car and the gun, things of that nature?
He didn't ask about the car, but he did ask about the gun, and I told him where it was.
Where was it?
It was at my mother's house.
So when you went to pick up your mom, did you leave the gun there?
Yes, sir.
Why?
I don't know. I just took the gun off and I placed it on the bed.
Didn't want to carry it to the hospital?
No, sir.
So when did you give it to law enforcement?
After we left the hospital, he followed us home, and that's when I showed him what room it was in, and he came in and he got it off the bed.
So same day, it sounds like.
Yes, sir.
When did you give them possession of your vehicle? I'm going to show you in State's Exhibit 6. The jury now knows that this guy in the background is Detective Cousins. They heard from him today. And this is your car, right?
Yes, sir.
When did you give him that car?
I know I gave him permission to take the car the same day, but I'm not quite sure if they took it the same day or was it the next day.
Did you realize that there was a bullet in your steering wheel?
Yes, sir.
When did you realize that?
When I got into the car.
You saw it then?
Yes, sir.
Did you see where somebody had shot through the back portion of this here?
Yes, sir. Because when I got into the car, they had glass pretty much like on the and towards the front seat.
Did you realize it passed through this seat here?
Yes, sir.
The day of this incident, could you tell that your car got shot other than the tire? I mean, when it's actually happening, could you tell your car got shot?
Not in the moment.
You realize it when you got in?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So they visited with you, they got your gun, you cooperated with giving them the car. Did you do anything else in follow up with law enforcement?
A couple of days later, maybe a week later, they wanted me to come down to the station and give a recorded statement.
Did you do that?
Yes, sir.
Is it the same or similar to what you told the jury today?
It's similar.
It's not word for word exactly, right?
Pretty much is word for word.
But the details as far as what we saw, had you ever seen the side-by-side video and how that plays out?
No, I had never seen that video until the last trial.
Have you yourself been convicted of a felony in this state or any other state?
No, sir.
Is everything you told the jury here today all true, based upon your memory of the events that happened back on December 27th, 2021?
Yes, sir.
Is there any doubt in your mind that Stephen Angelle, when he pointed and fired that gun, intended to kill somebody? Might have been you that killed your brother.
Yes, sir.
That's what it's.
That was quickly. I need the side one, just side. Side by side.
Which one you want the front? Or the
Side. One on the read. How do I? Turn on.
Try to pause and whatnot.
Yeah, I want to be able to turn on. Yeah.
Right here.
There's one on the left hand side.
Yes, the left to clear.
The left one.
That's your control in there.
And I'm working.
It's going.
Okay, what do I gotta do with that? The overall, yeah.
You just gotta hit the shoulders down there. Mr. Nicholas,
you've known and you all grew up in the same area, correct?
Yes, sir.
There was, and that day there was something going on, or you're not quite sure what it was between your brother and Steph, correct?
Yes, sir.
But it really wasn't between them, correct?
Come again?
What did, let me ask you, let me take a step back. What did you call your brother? What was his name?
His name is Jacoby Rubin.
Is that what did you call him?
We call him Kobe.
Kobe?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So something was going on between you and Kobe, correct? I mean, Kobe and Steph.
Yes.
And they all decided that they were going to fight at Gillum Circle.
Yes.
As one does.
And who was around when you left your house, or who went over to Gillum Circle on your side?
It was me, Kobe, and Chan.
Was there anybody else that he called?
No, sir.
Okay. And then you went over there and you all decided not to fight at Gillum Circle.
Yes.
When you're at Gillum Circle, how many other people showed up there?
It was the vehicles that was in the vehicle.
All the vehicles.
Yes, sir.
That caused you any concern?
I didn't too much pay no mind.
Well, I saw 3, 4. How many other vehicles were there? 4 other vehicles? You had your brother's Tahoe, yours, and then one pulled up behind you. We're going to see it in a minute. And then was there only 2 or 3 on the left-hand side of the roadway across from where you parked?
It was 2 on the left side.
Okay, so 2, and then one pulled up behind you in the back. And we're going to see it in a minute, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So that's 3, and then
Who said it's called 4?
4. Okay. That didn't concern you that maybe you were outnumbered?
Like I said, I didn't think too much of it.
Didn't think anything of it?
No, not too much.
Okay, why was that?
I just didn't.
Well, I mean, kind of being outnumbered, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then you all decided to go down, and according to your testimony, you went down to 11th and Liberty, correct?
Yes.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah, I do it right here so you can see it. Maybe not. It should. Give it a shot. We'll get your point in the right spot. Yeah. Rainy days ahead. That's what I got it. Yeah, would you do it for me? I'll trust you. Just trust me. Sometimes it's in minutes. Something else you do. There you go. You can turn it up. I'll tell you one try. So this is the side, right? This is 11th and Liberty.
Yes.
All right, stop that. So that's Stefan's car, right?
Yes.
There's no doubt that's Stefan, all right?
Yeah.
That's Steve. I call him Steven, but that's Angelle, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Go ahead. Got that. So that's all we're gonna keep going. Let's see what he parks. There's a white car. There's another white car. All right, and this is Stefan just walking across the road, right?
Yes.
Right. Doesn't appear to have a gun, does he?
No, sir.
Right. And so he's going over to where his friends are. 1, 2, 3. And then there's another car, a gray car that pulls up behind, right? 1, 2, 3. So there's 7. You'll stop. We stop that, please. So there's 7 at least that I see against 3.
Yes.
That never caused you any concern.
No, sir.
I mean, you grew up there, right?
Yes, sir.
And as a matter of fact, when there was a video before, and just a block over, maybe 2 blocks over into Queen, that the gentleman there that was there and heard the gunshot said, that's just fireworks. And he said, oh no, that's gunshots. That's common around here, type thing. You weren't worried about anything at that point, huh? Being outnumbered?
No, sir.
Okay, keep going. Did Chan and Kobe get out of the car immediately?
Yes.
Who was that one stop? Who was that gentleman? Right here by your car?
Can you zoom it in?
I don't know if you can zoom in, I'll get it all the way. Yeah.
What do you want?
You may have to pull it back just a little bit, it's all fuzzy. And this, good.
What is it?
It's back just a minute. Right there. Who's that man right there?
I can't tell.
You can't see it.
I can't tell.
Oh, you can't tell.
Yes, sir.
Go back. Let's see where it comes from. Keep going. Came out from behind you, I guess, huh?
Yes.
Back, go forward. walking right by behind you, okay? That wasn't you, you stayed in your car, right?
I got out the car, but I didn't walk forward immediately.
So you didn't wait in your car, you got out of the car.
Yes,
You got out of the car because you saw all the people that had gotten out that wasn't on your side,
yes,
right?
yes.
Okay. So then, where is Stefan and Jacoby at this point? Are they behind the trees?
Yes.
Did they start fighting behind the trees just before the Tahoe kind of like down a little bit? And I'm going to put up State's Exhibit number 5. This is where the Tahoe was and your car,
Yes.
right? And the trees are here. Did they start in around here first,
Yes.
fighting, and then they kind of went down towards Thomas Boulevard?
No, they must have stayed in the same spot.
Was it staying in the same spot?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you got out of the car, but you stood by the car.
Yes.
And was that before or after they started fighting?
They started fighting after.
They started fighting after. So you were standing there and you had a gun that they could see, right? Isn't that what you said, the way your pants were, your shirt was?
Yes.
And because you were holding it, right? I guess because you didn't want it to drop.
Yes.
Okay. And so you were standing out there before they were fighting.
I was out there before the fight started.
Okay. And Mr. Nichols, then what kind of words were they having?
But it wasn't no words.
No words.
No.
Did Stephen pull out a gun or anything like that before they started fighting?
No, sir.
So did you hear any words or anything between Stephen and Jacoby? Like, how did they say, okay, now it's time to throw a punch?
No, they just walked up towards each other in the middle of the street.
They just walked up and started swinging.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I guess
Thank you so much, EDW, for the 5 Dali Talk memberships. Helping to pray the gray away. Thank you. Much appreciated. And hey, sweetie, how are you?
the fight is now, huh? Or are they fighting? Everybody's kind of congregating and they're kind of going to the left-hand side of the street, right?
Yes.
Okay, stop. Who is this walking right here? Can you see? I know it's blurry, but can you see?
No, sir.
Kind of walked up. Is there anybody around here?
No, sir.
Where are you now? Are you down towards the fight?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you're down towards the fight and everybody's fighting. They're kind of looking and you saw the garbage truck now pull up, right?
Yes.
Okay. But by that time you said the fight was over.
Yes.
So if the fight was over, what happened?
At that point, that's when the garbage truck had passed by. And then once the garbage truck had passed by, that's when it was conversation going on.
Okay. Did you go again? So you see the garbage truck and, they're putting down garbage cans. Stop that. They're putting down garbage cans, right?
Mhm.
And if there was testimony and pictures, and I show what has been State's Exhibit 24, okay, which is a garbage can, and was pointed out that the garbage cans are over in here. That's about where the same part where you saw the garbage cans, right? Did you see the garbage truck pull up the can and down?
I didn't see that, bro.
Could you go back a little bit, please? Yeah, just go back. Let's keep going back. I need the truck. There you go. Stop. What is he lifting right there? Go ahead. We'll do that. See? What is he? That looks like a garbage can. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So the garbage truck is kind of going. It's kind of coming to your way and stop. Why do you think that car is going frontwards?
So let the garbage truck through?
Okay. To try to get the garbage truck out of the way.
Yes.
Okay. After what it appears to empty these garbage cans
Yes.
on this side of the street.
Yes.
Go ahead. Stop. What makes everybody start running? Is that when the words started happening between you and Stefan?
Yes.
What made words happen?
Like I said, I don't really recall what was being said because when he was talking, he was looking more towards change color.
Okay, stop right there. Hold on. So what was Chan and Jacoby saying to him? Jacoby just got beat up or got the best, or he got the best of Jacoby. What you said? You said it was kind of even, but you thought he got the best of him. What was Chan? What was Jacoby? What was Chan saying? What'd you hear?
I wasn't listening because they was more away from me.
Okay, then what did Stefan say to you?
Like I said, I don't really recall what he said. So I didn't realize he was talking to me until he looked in my direction.
Well, something happened to say that you pulled your gun out. Tell me why you pulled your gun out.
Like I said, he once he looked in my direction, that's when I said, what? And that's when he pretty much looked in my direction, turned his body in my direction, and pulled up his pants. He started walking up toward it, and I said, don't walk up on me.
Well, he didn't have a gun in his hands.
No,
No. But you had already pulled out your gun when he started walking
I
out.
pulled up my gun until I told him don't walk up on me.
Okay, how close was he to you that when you pulled his gun out?
Pretty much like I say, about in front of the building where you were.
Okay, didn't say anything to you,
No, sir.
and you don't know what you were saying.
No, I just said what?
Did you say did you ever make the statement? I ain't fixing to fight anybody.
No, I didn't say anything.
You didn't say anything. You never made the statement. I ain't fixing to fight anybody.
I never made a statement. All I said was what when I realized he was saying something in my direction.
Okay, what was he saying?
I just said I don't recall what I said.
And so you pulled your gun out.
After this,
Okay, and at that point, is that when everybody started running?
yes,
I mean, that's normally what people do, don't they? When they see a gun, everyone starts running, right? Carl. Chan and Jacoby, they came up to you, didn't they?
yes,
After everyone started running, right?
yes.
And they didn't say anything to you, did they?
No, they was looking his direction.
No. But what were they trying to do?
They was trying to get the gun.
Whose gun?
My gun.
So you were doing something with that enough that everyone, one, started running, correct?
Yes,
And number two, your brothers, or half brothers, your brothers,
yes,
thought it was too dangerous and they needed to get the gun away from you, right? They wanted to take it away from you.
we don't necessarily know.
Well, you just said they were trying to take it away from you.
Yes, but they was looking in his direction.
Well, but if they were looking in his direction and you had the gun, why didn't they go after him for, well, he didn't have a gun, right?
Because once he took off running, one of his friends said that he was going to get a gun.
Okay. And so if one of his friends said he was going to go get a gun, why would your Chan and Jacoby think it was really smart to take away your gun if you needed to be protected from his gun?
To be honest, I really can't say because at the end of the day, Jacoby did ask for a gun before we went there.
Jacoby asked for a gun.
Yes,
Okay. But you would agree that they were trying to wrestle you and get the gun away from you.
they wasn't trying to wrestle it, but they was trying to grab a gun.
Okay. And so how did they try to grab? They try to grab it with their hands?
They just want something to reach for it, and I had just swung my arm for it.
I mean, and this is during a period of time where I think you said that your adrenaline was so high, right?
Yes,
I mean, we're in the middle of the street here, right?
yes.
Okay. So, do we play? So everybody's running to the car. Are they running to get guns?
One guy already had a gun on him.
Okay. Yeah, we knew about that. He brought the gun to the street fight, right?
Yes, sir.
And there goes Jacoby, right? He stops. All right, stop. You know who that gentleman is to the left there running up?
No, sir.
Okay. So you know Jacoby's going now to his car, right?
You mean Stephen?
Stephen, excuse me, not Jacoby. Stephen, I'm sorry. All right, can you play it again? Play it. Okay, now he runs back and he stops. Stop it. He runs back and he stops, right? Play it back again. And can we slow it down a little bit? Yeah, maybe just before, or can you slow it down just a little bit? I need him to go just before he came into the right-hand side. Because it looks like he ran from his car back to right in front of your car.
Yes,
Is that what it looks like?
yes.
Go back to where it was. Yeah, keep going back. Yeah, just let it go backwards.
Backwards or forwards?
Backwards. I need him to come from his car again. Okay. I don't see him stop and shoot. Do you?
No, not at that point.
No, you don't see anything. So he didn't go back to his car, which I thought maybe was the indication of what you were testifying to. Get out of his car and go over there because you said there were two shots.
Yes,
Okay. And as he was walking over from his car, raise his gun and shoot. That isn't when it happened when he got his gun, right?
no.
Okay, go ahead. That's in front of the car again, please. So he's running and he stops in front of your car, right?
Yes,
He didn't shoot them either, did he?
no.
And you all were in the front where the dump truck, the garbage can guy was, right?
Yes,
And your two brothers are trying to get your gun away from you.
yes,
Okay, go ahead. That's when he walked around, stop. That's when he walked around your car. He knew that was your car, right?
Yes,
And what the indication is, you walked around to your passenger side and shot your tire.
yes, that was the first gunshot that we heard.
Okay. Now, at that point, what did you do?
That's when, like I said, we leaned forward and we looked out,
Okay.
and then that's when we saw him.
Keep going. So he didn't shoot at you.
No, he shot the car first.
Yeah, it wasn't anywhere. Stop. Wasn't anywhere because y'all were way back here, right?
Yes,
All the way back here. And he killed the car tire. Right?
yes.
Go ahead. He's running back to the car. Who's that one in the white moving?
Oh, that's me. That's me.
Stop. You see you crouching down there?
Yes,
That's you right there, right?
yes,
We know you shot already. You know why? You're in front of or next to your white car, right?
that's not my car.
Excuse me, your brother's car, right?
Yes,
And lo and behold, back here, there's shell casings back here in front of that white one. Well, then, did you kick the shells over there?
no,
Okay, well, you kicked somewhere because as of right now, Stefan hasn't shot anything. As it looks in the video, because he hasn't come back up. There's a video of him coming up and going in the air and shooting.
yeah, but that's
The
not,
second-
it's not in the frame.
Okay, well, hold on, we're gonna get to it. What I'm telling you is, isn't it true? This time, you've already shot.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
You don't see me shoot until I got my hand.
Keep going. Stop. And that's when you said you ran away to where your brother was?
Yes,
Would you agree with me that you were hiding behind a couple cars, right?
yes,
And there was another car behind you, right?
yes.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
5'5". And your brother was 5'8".
Yes,
And Stefan is over in here, correct?
yes,
And he's shooting at you over there, right?
yes,
So he basically had to shoot through at least 2, if not 3 cars. They were parked there, right?
yes.
How high do you think that Tahoe is? Could come up about,
It's pretty hot.
it's pretty high, over 5'5" and 5'8", right?
Mhm.
Your car is what? About 5'5", 5'6"? You're kind of taller than the car, right? Yeah. Okay. Keep fine. And that's when everybody ran. And everybody's gone, right?
Mhm.
Where did your brother go?
He ran through like towards the alley, then he ran around the side of the house.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Jacoby. I'm talking about the other one, Chan. Where did he go? Because there's this stop. Who was the guy that just ran from here across the street?
I believe that was Chan.
He ran that way?
I didn't see where he ran.
Okay. Right around. See what I mean. Say that. Who was that? There's a couple of them.
It's just one.
Maybe pull back in the street. Okay. You think that was Chan?
I think so.
How did he get over there?
Like I said, I was in front of Chan and Jacob, so I didn't see where nobody ran as far as them two.
By that time, everything's over with, right? I mean,
Yes,
so go ahead and run it. He's running over to where Jacoby was. Yeah, there he goes. So he runs over there, I guess. Did you see him show up over there?
yes,
Okay. And then he runs back. Who was that just ran back? Now, at this time, you know your brother got hit, right? And he's in front of that house up there on the left-hand side, right?
yes.
Laying on the ground, right?
Yes.
And you're all there. But Chan comes back, right? And I guess you didn't know that there was a police officer 2 blocks away. Okay. Who's that?
That's Chan.
That's Chan. So he doesn't go frontwards to where your brother is. He backs out and then I call peel out, stop. To the point that the police are trying to catch him because you're going to see the police officer come up. And there's been testimony before that said that there was a Tahoe leaving at a high rate of speed and they couldn't keep up and they lost him. You didn't hear the testimony, but that's what it was. Why would he leave the scene so fast if he knew that his brother was dying a block away that he just came from.
I can't speak for Chad.
But he was there next to his brother, Jacoby, wasn't he?
He walked up and that's when
He walked up.
Hold on, let him finish.
I'm sorry, I thought he did was, Judge. Sorry.
Go ahead. You have a fair opportunity to answer this question. Go ahead.
You don't know?
No, I don't know what he went after though.
You know whether or not he took anything?
No, sir, he didn't take anything. He didn't have anything.
Then why didn't he stay around while your brother was out on the ground dying, just as you did? So that made sure that he had help coming.
Like I said, I can't speak for Chad.
But he took off so that the cops couldn't catch him.
I can't speak for Chad.
And that's what's on the video. Keep playing video.
That's what's on the
Because the
video.
officer knew where your brother was on Thomas Boulevard, because that's where he was going to. Well, you pulled up, and she didn't even stop there. She just saw the Tahoe, and that's what she was going after was Tahoe. That's what you testified. Did you know that?
No,
And then you ran up to your car and went down to where Thomas Boulevard. Okay. You made reference to Instagram and things like that. You use that, or we're using that a lot during this time in 21, weren't you?
with Instagram?
Yeah, social media. You were on it, right?
Yes,
And you all posted, the whole group, everybody posted on it, right?
yes.
After this happened, didn't you post something about your brother on there?
No, that's Instagram. I'm over Facebook.
Okay, was it Facebook then?
Did I post anything?
Yeah.
I mean, I posted a picture.
Did you ever post that you were sorry that you had gotten him into this?
Never said anything like that.
You never said anything at all.
No,
Ooh.
Have you had any contact with any of the people involved in this before today, over the last month or so?
up until this?
Yeah, that were out at this scene involved in this.
No, sir.
You never had any conversation with Jalen Thomas?
No, sir.
You know if any of your family members ever had recently?
No, sir.
Would you have known?
I mean, that's good.
Not really.
No, sir.
Your dad, where does he live?
My dad just moved back to Portland.
Where?
My dad just moved back to Portland.
Oh, so he wasn't living at the,
No, sir.
okay. Do you know whether or not he had any, contact with, Jalen Thomas before?
No, sir.
Okay. I just have a second, Judge. So that we're clear because I was a little bit confused and I know it's the jury and not me. What we saw is that Stefan came back or ran away from you when he saw a gun because whatever, to get his gun, that's what it is. Came back in front of your car, right?
Yes.
Didn't shoot before then,
Yeah.
walked around the car, shot your tire, right?
Yes.
And that's where you heard the shot, right?
Yes, sir.
And that's when all the action started. And then he went back to where all the shells were, right? That's basically where he shot all his rounds, right?
Yeah, they shot the cars.
Yeah, well, there it is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nowhere else, right?
Yeah.
And there's testimony that there's a ditch there, right?
Yes.
And that he was in the ditch too. This is a picture of your interior car, Mr. Nichols, okay? States exhibit number 11. It's on a downward trajectory. See where the hole is?
Yeah.
Down there, right?
Yes.
And here's states exhibit number 10. You don't know when that happened, correct?
No, sir.
But we know that it had to happen back over where he was standing by, Stefan was standing by his car, correct?
Yes.
Because there's no other bullet casings or anything except for this car. Agree with me?
Yes.
At the time of the fight, man in the gray hoodie, were you keeping a focus on him?
Yes.
Where did he go? Did he run down through the middle? I just took the diagram. It appeared that he went down in between the houses.
I didn't see where he ran, but all thing I remember seeing as far as the video goes, that he was on the 11th Street getting into the car.
And so if he suddenly appeared coming back out towards this way where the car was parked in the middle,
Yes, sir.
you didn't see him go around the front anywhere.
No, sir.
So he had to have gone somewhere about the same, where he was running with your brother Jacoby.
Yes, sir.
Did you see anyone else with a gun?
No, sir.
Do you know, you're really not sure whether or not anybody else had a gun, did you?
No, sir. Only one that I saw.
Other people could have had guns, right?
Possibly.
I asked the witness of it.
Before you got to this location on December 27th, 2021, there at Liberty 11th in Port Arthur. Had your car been shot in the back like this that you see in Texas? Yeah. Could you repeat that? Before you drove up to Liberty 11th on December 27th, 2021, did that damage exist on your car?
No, sir.
All right. Whenever you and I were on direct, sir, we were going through the video, and I apologize. I did not note some of the times that are on videos. So based upon the questioning and the answers that were provided in cross, I want to clarify some things, in fact. Specifically, I want to try to identify when it is that, let me make sure I understand correctly. Is it still your testimony that the first shot that was fired was when your tire got shot?
Yes.
All right, so let's identify where that is in time using the side by side. We're going to zoom in on that. Yeah, fast forward up to that. You bet your time off. Let's see if that-
Yes.
I won't see if it happened. All the jury, let's see where it is. Let's do this. All right, so while she's getting that adjusted, does this trial exhibit that we've got at 2A show December 27th, 2021?
Yes.
Are you aware, sir, that the time frame is off an hour? It should be 12:51 instead of 1:51.
Yes, sir. It didn't have to be before noon.
It would have been afternoon, wouldn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I believe we're starting this at 2:13. Very well. So we see Mr. Angelle running back to his car. We see him run this way, pause it. I'm going to ask her to zoom in on this portion here. And this is the front view. During the cross-examination, you were asked to look at this, which is the side view. We're going to look over here at this time. And for the record, what time does it say on there? What does it say on there, sir?
152.
All right, when I ask you what time, and I'm not picking on you, because these things happen so quickly, I need you to be a little bit more exact. All right. There are actually three numbers that appear. We have this number here, 152, and then one's here. So when I'm asking you for a number, I want you to give me the three sets of numbers because it's going to become important here. So, okay. Good. Sorry, my friend, for that. All right. Yes. It's okay. We have to move back out. As she's helping me here, do we see you anywhere in these frames?
No, sir.
We're at 152.18.
Yes.
And we start to see Mr. Angel coming around the backside of your of the right passenger, correct?
Yes, sir.
In this frame by frame, do you begin to see the gun?
Yes.
And do you see it actually shoot your car right there?
Yes. You actually see the tire. Looks like some smoke by the tire.
All right, so I'm gonna note on here that that's 152.19. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Bring it back out so the jury can get the side by side comparison. So I'm drop this in. So we know that the time wise that it's 152.19.
Yes, sir.
And to refresh their memory from when I was visiting with you, you did not actually see this
No, sir.
shot, right?
No, sir.
You were, why didn't you see it?
Because we were still pretty much in front, and all we heard was a gunshot. And like I said, we looked forward, and that's when we saw him.
All right, so let's press play. Right here. So it looks like we see Mr. Angelle going back to his car. See the garbage truck coming, correct?
Yes.
Still see a gray car in the middle. Pause it. Can I see you anywhere in here? Are you anywhere in these frames, sir?
No.
Is this an individual here? Go ahead and press frame. Do a frame for me. Who's that? Can you tell?
No, sir, I can't tell.
Do you remember what the next thing that happens here, sir?
Like I said, after that, we had to look forward, and that's when we saw him, and that's when he raised his hand and he let off the first shot.
All right, so we're gonna go frame by frame to where we can identify what time it is. I have in my notes what it is, but I want to click it forward slowly. You weren't wearing all black, standing in front of that
No, sir.
Tahoe. You're not this guy in all black running up, are you?
No, sir.
You're not the guy in the gray car directing traffic.
No, sir.
All right, okay. So right now we're right at 1:52:52. Do we begin to see Mr. Angelle coming here?
Yes.
And do you remember this is where we went frame by frame to show where the shot
Yes, sir.
took place? That's what we're going to do here. Let's go ahead and focus in on that. Let's zoom in onto that portion.
I can zoom in. That pause.
Is that Mr. Angelle coming around that car?
Yes.
In that frame, as he raised his hand, and do you see that puff of smoke we talked about earlier?
Yes.
All right, so let's identify what time this is. We can back out. All right, I can read it, but I need it to be clear for the record. What time? Those 3 times we talked about.
It's 1:52:53.
And again, do we see you anywhere?
No, sir.
All right, so the next thing is, and I did this with you earlier, but I'm not sure I put the time into the record. We're gonna move our zoom over to where you testified earlier, where we see your brother drop somewhere in here, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna find out where that is, and we're gonna mark what time that is. Go ahead. Stop it. Is that your brother that we see on the screen, sir?
Yes, sir.
Is that where he fell in the ground?
Yes,
On the video. And again, you didn't see that, did you?
No, sir.
So if the shot was earlier at 1:52:53, what does this time say?
It says 1:52:54.
And again, Mr. Burbank had you in cross-examination, was pointing out how you were hanging out here, and he handed out that you were near this Tahoe and you were ducking and doing all this. Is any of that happening in this point in time on the zoomed in section that we're looking at?
No, sir.
All right, so let's back out of this. Let's find where that happens in time so that we can be clear on the record. Yeah, take the zoom off for a second. Go ahead and let it go. I'll tell you when to pause it. I'm going to did that. Pause. So let's back it up because I'm out of the time. There, right. All right, so zoom in where he's at on this side.
Right.
Either side doesn't matter. We can get a clear picture on the side. Wait, was this the one you were showing the jury for a second? I'll zoom in this side. All right, for the record, before we're zooming in on this, what time does there say?
1:53.
And
0.
0. So it's 1:53:00. Was this in fact when Mr. Burbank was asking you about whether or not you were shooting and all that right there by the car?
Yes.
Another 6 seconds after your brother fell.
Yes.
Another 7 seconds after that second shot from Mr. Angelle.
Yes.
And your testimony was, had you fired anything at this stage?
Not yet, but right after the second shot, once he let off the second shot, that's when I started shooting.
Now, the videos seem to indicate some 6 or 7 seconds.
Yes.
Does that sound right to you in your head that it took you that long to return fire?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and play it. Pretty good. Little bit of important stuff.
So just so I was clear, at the time that you're saying he shot from the street. Right here. Were there 3 cars there?
Not at that moment.
Huh?
Not at that moment.
So this one had left already
Yes.
before the shooting?
No, it was before the shoot.
Okay,
No, I'm sorry. It was after the shoot.
after the shooting. then it moved, right?
Yes,
So that means from here, he would have had a shot over pretty beautifully.
yes.
And he's 5'8",
Who?
your brother,
Yes.
and you're 5'5". Do you know what side of the his body he was shot on?
I want to say it was the right side of the head.
What? Not right here? No? I point to my ribs. You don't know, do you?
No.
Came out here. Going
I
up.
said the hole in his neck. I didn't see another issue one.
When you came after and tried to get your gun away, were you still on the right-hand side of the road?
Yes.
Okay. And when you heard the first shot, did everyone start moving away?
As far as need you off the chair,
Yeah. You heard the shot, so you had to react to it.
like I said, I was in front of them.
Okay. So they had to react. You reacted, right?
Yes.
And when you hear a gunshot, do you usually run in the opposite direction?
No.
You run towards it?
No, I dug down.
No, but usually they run because your brother Chan ran. He took a right going down. And Jacoby kind of went left, right?
Yes.
So when you run from the right side to the left side to the left side, right?
Yes.
It's not up there. Nothing further.
I have no additional questions to this witness, Judge.
Okay, is this man excused then?
Yes, please.
So we have to recall,
You're
Judge,
excused, sir.
but he
Thank
can't.
you. We see lawyers up here. Thanks very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to break for the evening. And again, at 9:30, please. Everybody remember the instructions that have been given to you. Have a nice evening. Thank you. Everybody else remain seated while the jury exits first. So,
Okay. That was very interesting. We are going to end here. We have 4 witnesses left. Still, I will be back Sunday at 5 Eastern. And we have an expert witness, the lead detective, it sounds like, and 2 other witnesses. Sorry, David. That should go into a lot more detail and finally, or make you go, So it has been a lot of fun. Thanks everybody for hanging out. And I keep going. It's Friday. It's not like you're already up at the bar. No, but I have to get up tomorrow at 4. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. 5 Eastern to my time. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I have to work in the morning, so it's going to be an early night for me. But I will, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for being here, everyone.